global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello fam, welcome back to our channel. Indeed, the World Yoruba Congress is receiving a lot of attention as they have mentioned some local governments, some states that are involved in meetings that is holding simultaneously as 200 local government areas are holding meetings simultaneously. That is quite an achievement, it's quite a feat. And a lot of local governments too have decided that they want to be in, just like Biafra. Some local governments are saying they don't want to be among the Yoruba nation. As the Yoruba World Congress, an umbrella body of the Yoruba indigenes, both at home and in diaspora, has successfully held meetings in all the local government areas of Yoruba origin in Nigeria. The meetings, which held on Saturday, simultaneously took place across over 200 local government areas of Yoruba-speaking states, including some local governments in Kwara, Kogi, Edo, and Delta states. It took place under the leadership of Emeritus Professor Banji Akintoye and supported by eminent Yoruba leaders such as Dr. Amos Akingba and Arabatola Adeniyi, among others who form part of the YWC, that's Yoruba World Congress Leaders Council. It was the first of its kind. The YWC Secretary General, Professor Anthony Killer, had earlier confirmed the meeting, noting that it would open a new page in the annals of history as the group led by Professor Akintoye. The YWC, that's the Yoruba World Congress, was the first association in the world to hold meetings in all local government areas of Yoruba land at the same time on the same day at churches and mosques. The YWC Secretariat in Ibadan was also unveiled on the day as a high point of events. Recall that in June, the body initiated the YWC Global Library Project to preserve and promote Yoruba culture with Professor Omofolabo Ajayi Soyinka as head. In his address to all the local government chapters, Professor Killer acknowledged the historic impact the initiative has made, while expressing appreciation to as many that facilitated the realization of the project, including various groups, individuals, and state coordinators that make up the YWC that answer the call to serve and unite our people. The meetings planned since March, according to Killer, and adhere strictly to the rules of social distancing as stipulated by the Nigerian Center for Disease Control, did not make any nomination or election, as it was basically held for the members to know one another. Killer further observed that the group is creating a new dawn in Yoruba land aimed at harnessing a crop of leaders totally sold out to the progress of the Yoruba land and people. It is a new dawn in Yoruba land, and the Yoruba World Congress is putting together a crop of tomorrow leaders that are willing to give their time, ideas, space, and money to help Yoruba people. We thank you all and congratulate you for being part of such people, he said, while stating that YWC aims to promote, defend, and achieve the collective growth and development aspirations and interests, prosperity, security, well-being, welfare, and sustenance of Yoruba people and culture. Killer reiterated that establishing the group's presence in the local government areas is with full understanding and respect for local sensibilities, as well as diversity of our groups that make up the YWC. He added, "We want those that live in our community to meet themselves, know themselves, discuss what matters to them, and later decide who will lead them by looking at who is most willing and capable." The Yoruba World Congress, with international secretariat in Lagos, comprises Yoruba people and groups across the world and aims to promote, defend, and achieve the collective growth and developmental aspirations and interests, prosperity, security, well-being, welfare, and sustenance of the Yoruba people and culture. Now, that's basically what they said on that day. But Nigerians and some Nigerians and some people who also believe in the cause of the Yoruba World Congress, Yoruba Nation, have also reacted very quickly to this. Very quick, just a quick recap. If you check our feeds, you'll see that where Professor Banji, professors came up and did a national secretariat, opened up the first national secretariat in Ibadan, where there was a lot of a lot of awareness created on that day. A lot of Yoruba people, a lot of Yoruba elites, Yoruba people who understood what it was they wanted came in, gave him a lot of support. He gathered a lot of support on that day, and now he didn't stop there. He has taken a step further by inaugurating a lot of groups who speak the same language, share the same ideology in trying to create Yoruba nation. But he didn't stop there as well. He has gone in to sensitize over 200 local governments, of which he has mentioned some local government, of which you're going to hear now, where some Nigerians are saying, look, we're not part of you, okay? While some are saying our local government is also Yoruba-speaking local government in the same state. I'll quickly take a recap. While Biafra is seceding, they also mentioned some certain parts of some of this local government. The typical example is Delta and Yoma. Biafra have already earmarked that Anyoma people are predominantly the Igbos, okay? And they belong to Biafra. Now, Yoruba Nation is also mentioning Delta, though they've not mentioned Anyoma, but they mentioned some local governments in Delta State. So that there's not going to be any kind of confusion. But let's quickly feel the pulse of Nigerians over this, because yes, a lot of Nigerians have reacted, because some of them, the local government areas were mentioned, and some of them are saying, look, we need to take a stand, we need to take a consensus, we need to take a vote on this. You can't take me to Oduduwa Nation, or you can't take me to Yoruba Nation when I don't belong there. I don't feel that that's where I'm from. But let's hear what they are saying. This one here is saying, why are you including Edo? They should be removed, please. Okay, this one here is saying about 26% of local government meetings in just one day, and achieving this much success is excellent. Is commending what the group has achieved thus far. This one here is saying, please, people should avoid these areas like Edo and Delta State. Okay, this one here is saying, Akoko Edo, they speak Yoruba and hold the culture in high esteem, but I myself will want Akoko to define their stand. Okay, this one here is speaking for Akoko people. He's saying Akoko people, they speak Yoruba fluently and they hold the Yoruba culture in high esteem, but she alone cannot be the one to speak for Akoko people, that Akoko people will need to define their stand on the issue of Oduduwa Nation, that's Yoruba Nation in this case. This one here is saying Kogi and Kwara should be removed too. Okay, because Kogi and Kwara, they share boundaries really. I think they should look into this very quickly so that it does not bring some unnecessary fracas here and there. This one here is saying, please, they should remove them because they do not belong to Oduduwa Nation. This one here is saying, yes, I prefer Akoko Edo to define themselves too. People are also, lending their voice to the same matter. This one here is saying, while Bose De Ayodele, a native Akoko Edo, won Miss Yoruba in 2018, they're saying that there's still some persons in the same Akoko Edo who won Miss Yoruba in 2018, which means Akoko Edo is predominantly Yoruba speaking, LGA, local government area. But then it's for them to define what they want. This one here is saying, I was amazed when I saw Yorubas in Benin Republic agitating also. So they spoke fluent Yoruba and fluent French. Amazing though. He said, if we can just get Yoruba Republic that will also constitute our brethren in Benin Republic and Togo and Ghana, that would be very awesome. Okay, this one here is saying, why Edo is part and parcel of Yoruba land. Okay, everybody just generally talking about Edo people. That Edo, everybody just generally avoiding Delta. Okay, Deltans have not spoken much over this matter. They're just keeping mum over this whole issue. They're very mute about it. Okay, because there've been issues concerning Delta and Biafra. Okay, but Edo in particular, they've been dragging out Edo, but people are insisting that Kogi and Kwara should be removed from the list because they share boundaries to other regions as well. But generally, I would say that this should be trashed out very early enough. Okay, don't forget that UNPO is also their names have already been listed, just like Biafra in UNPO, which means they need to get their facts and figures and the local government intact and ready, so that eventually when the time calls for everyone to get ready to leave, everything, there won't be chaos and internal squabbles on we don't belong here, we belong here and all that. But that's where we're going to wrap it up. What's the take on this? As the Yorubas are moving a step further, they're synergizing, they're beginning to have grassroots presence, they're beginning to have meetings in 200 local government area. Although they may be a bit sketchy, it may not be so strong as some local governments are beginning to want out, some want in, but I know that as they progress, they tend to improve. It's just normal. It's not rocket science, but it's normal. But that's what we're going to wrap it up. Let's meet in our comment section. What's your take on this? I feel it's a good one coming from the Yoruba nation, but you may also differ from your opinion. Let's meet in the comment section. Let's interact. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel.